Live from Etheridge Stadium, Coug Sportsnet presents to you a very special Coug Sportsnet presentation as the Lamarque Cougars take on the Bobcats of Hempstead High School. Brandon Williams alongside Mike Lockwood and Lewis Parent Jr. We have got a ton of guests tonight, guys. We've got a celebration at halftime, but first off, let's focus on the game itself. Last week, Cougars just didn't have it in them. 150 yards of total offense, really lethargic in a 28-7 loss out at East Chambers. They face a Hempstead team that, yes, granted, they are 2-5, but at the same time, a very dangerous Hempstead team that knows 2-4. That it's very dangerous and knows that they have to win this game to keep their playoff hopes alive.
That's it. They made their first district win last week against Anahuac in a 28-22 victory, giving, again, like I said, their first district win. They're a team that's coming in that had higher hopes than that, especially after last year's performance. But they're having a little bit of a down year, and I think they're probably out to make their mark against the Cougars this week, thinking maybe they can get back into this district thing with the win.
Certainly. And Mike, a lot of big surprises at halftime, a very memorable night. You've set it up, my friend. Tell us a little more about it.
Well, I tell you, 20 years ago I had the pleasure of interviewing Coach Alan Waddell at the middle of the field in the Astrodome. He had just won his back-to-back state championship title. And here I am 20 years ago, now still on Coug Sportsnet, and quite a bit heavier and quite a bit older, but it's going to be just as exciting as that night when I interviewed him right after that state title. And here we're going to recognize that 1997 team along as well as the accomplishment, because that was the last year Coach Waddell was with us and went on to college, coaching A&M and University of Houston. But I tell you what, he had one heck of a record here at Lamarque.
He is the coach that helped build the foundation. Hugh Massey set it up. Alan Waddell put the foundation of Lamarque football and what it stands for and what it means, and he put this program on the map. It is always going to be great to see him, and it'll be great to see this 97 team. But first off, we do have a national anthem. We do have a coin toss, and we will have the home finale of the Lamarque Cougars in 2017. It was quick, it was fun, but they will take on the Bobcats at Hempstead right after this. Coug Sportsnet will be right back. After the national anthem, we have team captains in the coin toss for Lamarque. It will be a host of seniors playing their final games here as Cougars. Number 7, quarterback Miles Alanius. Number 11, Jaden Bishop, not suited up tonight. He's banked up. Hopefully have him back next week against Hitchcock. Number 50, Pedro Rubio, and number 99, the Wall, Marlon Ford for the Hempstead Bobcats.
We got a number 11. Okay. Lewis?
All right, now I'm scrolling on a computer, so folks are going to have to bear with me just a little bit. That's going to be D. Turner Yell.
How about number 14?
We got number 14, and that is going to be Jay Watson.
Number 15.
Number 15 is D. Morris.
Number 2.
Number 2 is, and this is multiple choice. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna guess
that's going to be Camden Thomas.
And number 70, big number 77 there, will be rounding out the captains.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Mr. Bush. You're right. That's a big boy. That's 290 pounds.
Yeah, a lot of it. Number 14, the guy is, it's going to be Ahmad Banks. Has a host of college programs looking at him. He's actually the guy who, almost single-handedly defeated Lamarque last season. He ran for more than 200 yards in a 28-14 win that for momentarily, had the Cougars stunned before they were able to rally and defeat Hitchcock in the district finale. So he's going to be the key to the contest. Despite the problems that they have had this season, he is still a very dangerous ball player. 6'2", 170, runs 4'5", an explosive ball player. And if the Cougars have any chance of winning this ball game tonight, guys, it begins and ends in stopping Ahmad Banks.
And again, he's one of those runners that has absolutely no problem going around the edge. He's just as versatile at that as he is at going through the middle. So,
well, guys,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was going to say, those listening to this broadcast Wednesday night, Lewis was mentioning scrolling through the computer. We didn't get any rosters brought up to us here in the press box, so bear with us, and we apologize to our visiting fans that we're not able to identify those players as quickly as normal.
We're going to do what we can do,
but we will.
Certainly. Peace.
All right, guys. We got to play a lot. It's a lot warmer tonight.
Yes.
A whole lot less. In fact, the American flag is hardly it's draped down. There's not much wind at all. Last week it was very windy and it got cold. So let's hope our Lamar Cougars warm up and play a much better ball game than what they did last Friday night.
And if the picture gets a little fuzzy through the camera, it's the humidity is about 100% higher than it was last week as well.
That's right. So whenever you see, it's not my camera lens, it's actually the glass that I'm behind.
Back deep for the Bobcats, it's going to be number 7. I am going to believe that is going to be Jordan Schultze, number 7. And also back deep for the number 11, that's going to be Delarian Turner, Yale, senior receiver and defensive back.
Pedro Rubio set to kick off.
His final opening kickoff as a Cougar, and it is underway. And now an auspicious start, a very inauspicious start, I should say. Wow, not what you want.
That ball made the track.
Now, do they get the option of taking it to 35?
They can actually take it where that ball went out of play.
Aha, okay. Or make them kick off again.
And it looks like that's exactly what they are going to do. They will force Rubio to kick the ball off again.
This time it'll be from the 35, though.
Final home game of the season for the Cougars. We will be out in Hitchcock next Friday night to take on the Bulldogs, and everything plays according to plan. We will be somewhere in Texas that following week, either that Thursday or Friday, or maybe Saturday, with the opening round of state high school football playoffs. Rubio set the kick. See if he can keep it in bounds this time at the 35-yard line. Whistle will blow again, and we will have a second opening kickoff. And Rubio's going to kick it off, and it's going to be in the direction of Yale at around the 15-yard line. Goes to the 20, 25, cuts it back before he is finally stopped at around the 32-yard line. A wave of Cougars.
Whole bunch of them up there, including Herschel Wafer.
Take a look at that Lamarck defense. Number 14, Joel Sumlin. Number 99, Marlon Ford. Number 17, Jerry Evans. Number 31, Greg Evans. He's had a couple solid games the past few weeks.
Yes, he has.
Number 21, Jeremiah Taylor also in there. Number 55 for the Cougars, that is going to be Malik Holmes. Take a look at that secondary. Number 23, Eddie Elam. Number 5, that will be Kava Simeon. Number 6, Jalen Walker. Also number 35. Don't have a 35 on the roster. We'll get that one momentarily, but it's 1st and 10 for Hempstead. It's going to be a draw handoff, and that's going to be a nice play to around the 40-yard line.
Marlon Ford able to trip him up, but that's about the only thing that slowed him down as he went down to the ground, actually about 5 to 7 yards after Marlon hit him.
And it's going to be number 10. That's going to be Marvin Lewis. Gain of 7 on that play, so make it a 2nd and 3. And let me hand off this time to Yale, and Yale is going to be stopped short on a first down. Huge hit there by the Cougars.
Yeah, I think that was number 17 or 19.
Yeah, Jerry Evans, and also 44, Justin Murray also in there on the tackle. So a gain of 2 will make it 3rd down and 1 for Hempstead.
They're going quick.
Banks in shotgun. 3 wide receivers as they go into a modified pistol. Got plenty of time on the play clock, so he's going to be able to get the clock and get the play in. Still get it. High snap, handoff. It's going to be up the middle, and that is not going to get much of anything. Swarm of Cougars there on the stop.
14 and 99.
That's Sumlin and
Marlon
the wall.
Ford, the wall. And I'll tell you what, Marvin Lewis ran straight into that wall. A loss of 3 puts them back to the 35-yard line. So 4th down coming up. Back deep for the Cougars. Number 4, Perry Preston. Number 3, that's going to be Joey White. Both of them are at around the 35-yard line. And it looks like 14 doing the punting,
coming
and it's
in
going
real
to be
quick.
Banks.
Hold on a second here. There we go.
Yep, everybody is nice and happy and adjusted. We'll wait the punt on 4th down. Gets the snap. Drops, and he's just going to hang this one high. A lot of hang time, and gets a little bit of a bounce before it dies down. Looks like it will die at the 32-yard line, so a punt of 33 yards on that play. But it will be Lamarck with their first time on offense.
Lamarck's defense came out Cookin did a real nice job that time, especially on that third down play. Now let's see if the offense can't translate that momentum and get it going.
It will be Miles Lanius at quarterback, number 7. He'll have Perry Preston, number 4. Norman Saldana in the backfield with him. Number 22, Devin Smith, and number 10, Cordell Stewart. Lined up on the outside. You've got a bit of a bunch formation there with Joey White, number 3, lined up tight to the near side. Well, 1st and 10, they'll spot it officially at the 31-yard line. They'll have the man in motion, and they'll toss it to Smith, and that play was destroyed right off the bat. Darian Turner-Yell saw that pitch, jumped out there, and he almost got to the football before Devin Smith did.
I thought he was across that line a little bit early, but that linesman over there on the other side, he never even moved his hand towards his flag, so I guess it was a good play.
Yeah, he came out of there like a shot. He read it perfectly. And just threw down Smith. Loss of 5 on that play will make it 2nd down and 15 for the Cougars at their own 26-yard line. They'll move Smith out wide along with Stewart. There'll be a handoff to Preston, and Preston cuts back. He's going to be stopped immediately. Gain him about 1, maybe 2 on that play. Tackled there by number 65. That will be John David Tomczak. Big kid, 6 foot, 290 pounds. One of those guys where if he gets his mitts on you, you're not going far. Gain of 2 on that play will make it 3rd down and 13 for the Cougars at their own 28-yard line. 8:55 to go, first quarter. Scoreless as the Cougars try to convert their first 3rd down of the evening. Shotgun set for wide receiver. Bobcat show blitz, free play coming up. Lania steps back, throws the ball downfield, incomplete. Had a step,
he did.
White, but
White had a step on him, just overthrew him by a couple of yards.
But nonetheless, it's going to be a Lania special. It'll be a jump, an encroachment. We'll see if he'll get that meter ticking. Wasn't able to do it often last week.
No, but he's done it often enough during the course of this year that it ought to be a stat for him.
Yes. If there was a stat, I'd venture he'd be leading the district.
That's for sure.
He'll get them back past the original line of scrimmage. He'll actually gain a yard on that one. 3rd down, 9 coming up. He'll spot the ball at the 32-yard line. Longest shotgun, Bobcat show blitz. Still 12 seconds on the play clock as he'll move Preston over to the far side. Lonnie will waste the snap. There'll be a handoff to Preston, and Preston finds room. Preston cuts back. Preston's got the first down. Huge hole there by the Cougars as they open it up for Perry Preston, and he will get to the 47-yard line. So a gain of 15 yards by Perry Preston on a 3rd and 9, and they'll make it a 1st and 10 Cougars. Cougars are looking to go a bit no huddle as Preston in the backfield. You've got Nelson and Smith in slots with White to the near side, number 3, Cordell Stewart to the far. Potential free play there as they will blow the whistle on this one.
Yeah, there was contact. Yeah, there was contact that time.
We'll wait and see what a call will be. It will be offsides again, so make that 2 encroachments called by Miles Lanius.
If we only had a slant pass set up on those situations.
I know.
That's right.
My gosh.
Oh, I've said that a couple times, haven't I?
We've said that more than once this season. It'd be nice to see if they can get a slant play working because the middle of the field has been open all season long.
That's just an automatic play. When they see that jump, they go down the sideline.
1st and 5, handoff's going to be to Preston, and Preston's going to shed one tackle, will shed another, and they'll get a 1st down. They'll spot the ball at the 42, make it the 42-yard line.
That's going to be another 1st down for the Cougars.
I think he's running with a purpose tonight, guys.
He is, because he was hit with an arm tackle right up close to the line, blew right through it.
Cougars ran for only 110 yards last week on 38 carries. You're not going to win many games averaging 2.8 a crack. 1st and 10 for the Cougars, another free play, and they'll blow the whistle on that one.
Again, contact is going to stop that play right away.
And I don't know what Miles Lanius is doing, ventriloquism or something or what, but he has produced 3 encroachment calls on this drive.
Yeah, that's 15 yards he's picked up just on his voice alone.
Hempstead is amped up. You can see those guys jumping and skittering right up there at the line. They're ready to go, trying to get into this backfield to stop this high-powered running game of the Cougars.
1st and 10 now, 1st and 5, excuse me. Handoff's going to be to Preston. He'll cut back, breaks a couple of tackles, and he will get for a 1st down as he is going to be stopped at around the 30-yard line. So a gain of around 7 for Perry Preston on that play.
And that's Turner Yell again. He's doing double duty.
This Hempstead team has been hit by injuries this season. So you're going to see a lot of these guys going both ways. They've got a pretty thin bench, just about the same as ours. 1st and 10, and that's a potential free play. And that play, no, it's no flag on that one.
Are you
and that
kidding
play got
me?
destroyed. Number 22 for the Bobcats. That's going to be Jonathan Thomas.
22 on 22 that time.
Knifed in. The completion was there, but will end up being a loss of about 3, so make it 2nd and 13. 2 back set for Lonnie, so a counter play to Preston, and Preston's got room.
Wide
Preston
hole.
to the 30, cuts it back to the 15, out of bounds, close to the 15-yard line. They'll spot him at the 17.
That hole was wide enough to drive through that time.
Perry Preston, again, it's like 19 yards on that one, and a first down for the Cougars as the offensive line blew that hole wide open for Preston. And like you mentioned, guys, he's running with a stronger purpose than he did last week.
Yes.
1st and 10 for Lamarck at the 17-yard line.
You saw last week where he just had a little bit of trouble getting going, and that frustration towards the end of the game, yeah, you knew he was coming out.
And off Preston, and Preston will be stopped at around the 14-yard line, so he will pick up about 3 on that play. I'll take a look at that offensive line. Number 50, Pedro Rubio. Number 58, Herschel Wafer. Number 53, Dario Saldana. Also, number 75, Nathan Franklin. And number 78, James Lofton.
Boy, and that number 78's a good-looking athlete here on this left end.
He is. 2nd down. They'll call it 7. Lonnie has very nearly got the jump on that one. 5:46 to go first quarter. Cougars driving on their opening march of the evening. Looking to put the game's first points on the board. Lonnie will hand it to Saldana. Saldana gets a block, turns the corner, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. His first carry of the night will get him down to the 11-yard line, so a gain of about 3 for Nordavon Saldana.
Brings up a manageable 3rd down and 4. We'll see what we're going to go here. I'm betting Preston again.
I'm thinking Preston. I wouldn't be surprised if you look at Cordell Stewart.
I was going to say that they're setting up that pass.
You know, Stewart's got Banks on him, so that's going to be a pretty
tall,
challenging matchup.
Yeah, that's jump ball situation right there.
You know, you've got a 6 foot DB. Lonnie's hands up. It's going to be Saldana, and Saldana's going to break a couple of tackles. He'll get the first down. So they'll move it first and goal.
Beautiful jump cut right there when he began that run.
So 1st and goal for the Cougars. They will spot the ball at the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal for Lamarck. 4:42 to go first quarter. As the Cougars' methodical drive helped by 3 encroachment calls. They are sitting on the edge up the goal line.
And also on the legs of Preston Perry.
Perry Preston, yes, he has been solid. Saldana's playing the up back as Preston is in the backfield. We've got a timeout, and it is going to be going to Hempstead. We'll take it with them. 4:18 to go first quarter. Still scoreless. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So after the timeout, it's going to be 1st and goal at the 70-yard line of Hempstead. 4 minutes, 18 seconds to go first quarter. Cougars, their opening drive, and they have been pretty methodical about it.
Yeah, one of the things that I've been watching, haven't seen it before, maybe I just haven't noticed it before, but you got Herschel Wafer over there pulling, coming over here to this left side, helping open up those holes, and it's working quite nicely.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Preston behind Lanius. They'll hit the snap. They'll hand it off to Preston. Preston's got a huge hole, but that one was shut down quick. Give credit there.
Again, from the outside range of number 15.
Yes, number 15. That's going to be Derek Morris. A nice, impressive youngster, 6'2", 220 junior. That size and that speed, you can see why perhaps he's going to have a filled mailbox in a year or so. So that ends up being no gain officially. Yep. So 2nd and goal for the Cougars at the 7-yard line. So we're inside 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Again, Preston deep in the backfield. Saldana moving. It'll be a handoff to Preston. And Preston counters, cuts back. Preston
Oh.
close to the goal line. He's going to be about a yard and a half short.
Is this third down?
Yes.
And again, the offensive line did a fine job of opening up, and they're going quick, so I'm going to bring it right back to you.
So third and goal. See if Lonnius calls his own number.
Oh,
Lonnius
yeah.
is just going to run his way in for a touchdown.
Yeah, he caught him napping,
He
guys.
caught him
he
napping,
did.
and Miles Lonnius plows his way in for a 2-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I was thinking you may even have had another offsides there as you had a man running in from that far sideline. I guess he got over on that his side of the line of scrimmage just before that play came off.
Yeah, that hurry-up offense was by design, guys.
Pedro Rubio set to attempt the extra point. Joey White is your holder. Oh, wait. High snap. Rubio got that one up.
Whoa,
and
boy.
it is good. Joey White. You don't give the holder credit too often, but give him a ton of credit on that one.
Well, he's a receiver, and he had to do it. He actually had to play receiver on that snap and did a fine job.
He did, and that will cap off a drive that makes it 7-0 Lamarck over Hempstead. 3:15 to go first quarter. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 7-0 Lamarck leading Hempstead as the drive capped off by a 2-yard touchdown run by Miles Lonnius. Pedro Rubio set to kick off. Back deep for Hempstead. We'll take a look. It's going to kick it. It will be fielded around the 12 to 15. Tries to cut back. Looks for a seam. A little too much north-south. East-west, I should say, as he is dragged down at around the 24-25 yard line.
And he ran a whole lot longer than that.
He did. That was number 7, Jordan Schulte.
And it was Travarius Saldana, sorry, get that name right, and was able to run him out over there on the far side.
So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats, their second drive of the evening. With 3 and out on the opening drive. And a team that knows that their playoff fate is on the line. It's their second one of the night. It's going to be a handoff. It's not going to get much of anything. Number 10, that will be Marvin Lewis, and Lewis gets much of nothing.
And guess where the play came in?
It goes
the
to
flex, the wall.
Exactly. You run into the wall, and you're going to hit right and get smacked into it.
And I do get a kick out of the fact that he does that flex every time.
If he doesn't make first team all-county,
it's a crime.
somebody's not watching.
I think he's got a safe spot. 2nd down and 10. Banks letting the handoff, and that is going to be Lewis, and Lewis a more successful run on that one and gets the ball to around the 31-yard line. So you'll get 7 on that play. We'll make it 3rd down and 3.
Franklin had to come up from the safety position to make that stop that time.
3rd down and 2. Cougars looking to get a second 3 and out here in the first quarter. Ahmad Banks. Have yet to see him use his legs or his arm yet. Waits the snap. It'll be a handoff to.
And look
here
at there.
He got it.
Oh, and he
it's
fumbled.
loose. The ball popped loose, and the Cougars got it right back.
Yep.
Number 35 for the Cougars. Krishawn Daniels with the fumble recovery. And the Cougars get the ball right back. You mentioned Banks. And his first opportunity to run, he had the first down, but the ball popped loose and was recovered by the Cougars. So 1st and 10 for Lamarck in Hempstead territory. They will start this drive at the 39-yard line with 1 minute, 48 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
That was Jerry Evans that did a real nice job on that strip.
Senior starting to show up this evening. Diamond formation for the Cougars on 1st and 10. They'll go Preston. Counter play is actually going to Smith. The Smith
Ooh.
got
And
drilled.
he ran into a wall himself that time.
Number 11, Delarian Turner Yale. He screamed loudly with that hit.
Man, that was like 2 bulls colliding and nothing moved.
No gain on that play. So make it 2nd down and 10 at the 38-yard line with 1:22 to go in the first quarter. Smith will line up in a slot as they go to a 3 wide receiver set. You slide it next to White on the near side. Bobcats show blitz. It'll be a handoff to Saldana, and Saldana's not going to get much of anything as number 10, Lewis, playing on both sides. He comes in and he dissected that play perfectly, Lewis.
He did. He cut straight into the middle, right between the tackle and the center. Got there almost the same time the handoff occurred.
And a loss of 3 on that play.
Boy, what a fast-moving first quarter, guys.
Yeah, we are under a minute to go.
Wow.
41 seconds and counting here in the first quarter.
Going to be a bit of a long 3rd down play this time. So we got 3rd and 13?
3rd down, 13 to go. Play clock, plenty of time. Lanius drops back, has time, has pressure, rolls out, looking, throws. Ball's going to be caught by Smith. Smith, short of the first down. Catch is made by Smith to around the 31-yard line, so he'll get 10 on that play.
Lanius did a real fine job of rolling out and avoiding that that rush, and for a left-handed quarterback moving to his left, that was a pretty good pass.
That was very sharp. Found Smith open, and Smith came close to breaking it. 4th down and 3. 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. Cougs will run it. Lonnie is back, has pressure, scrambling, evades the rush, can't avoid it any that longer. Busted play there.
Number 15 that time.
Number 15, that is going to be Derek Morris, and number 22 is going to be Jonathan Thomas there with the sack. That's going to be Tredarius Johnson, with the stop. And a loss back to the 43-yard line.
And
so
that's about where we picked up the fumble, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, real close.
Just about.
So a turnover on downs. The Cougars not able to take advantage of that fumble. 9 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Hempstead will get 1 play off.
I'll hit 1, and we'll see what they do. Have yet to see Hempstead throw the ball this evening. 3 receivers set, and it'll be Banks on play action. Steps up, goes up top, has a man, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Flags flying all over the place.
Yeah.
Intended for number 12, and that is going to be Kamir Kirkpatrick.
Jalen Walker's over there going, what did I do, what did I do? But, yeah, he had his hands up, face guarding, and then ran into him right as that ball arrived. It was close, but it was definitely
close because I thought he did a pretty doggone good job.
Yeah.
But I'm not right there in front of it like the ref is.
So pass interference will give Hempstead a 1st down.
Is that a 10-yarder?
Yeah.
1st and 10 for Hempstead. They will have 1 second left in the first quarter. Ball spotted at the Lamarque 43-yard line. 1 second to go. We'll see, and they'll get the snap, and 1. High snap, and Banks lost the football.
Did he?
He covered it up.
I thought number 14 picked it up.
Someone almost got there. That's right.
But the Cougars defense has stood tall and proud here in the first quarter. They have looked pretty dominant compared to what they have last week. 1 quarter in the books here at Edwards Stadium. Regular season finale and a reunion for the 97 Cougs. We'll come back with Lamarque leading 7-0. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Started the second quarter, Brandon Williams, Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr. as we are here at Edwards Stadium, the home finale for the 2017 season. Cougs up 7-0. A 2nd down, Banks steps back, throws incomplete, threw the ball behind the intended receiver.
Well, it was a good pattern, though, guys. I mean, I like that play call, but it was off target.
A little bit behind Ventre and Thomas.
That's a play in their playbook that Lamarque hasn't seen, or that hasn't elected to run yet at all. They tried that slant up the middle.
So an incompletion will make it 3rd down and 15. Ball is at the 47-yard line. Banks in a shotgun set. They'll move Lewis over to the near side. 4 wide receivers, 2 in slots on either side.
He was
Banks
moving
calls
forward.
Back, and I think they saw it.
Yep, they did. Illegal procedure.
Banks didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll officially get to around the 44-yard line. They'll see the 43, so he got 4 on that play. Now it ventured that the Cougars will probably look to decline it. It looks like their punt team is out. And they are. So they'll have the return team of Preston, the number 4, White, number 3. They're lined up around their own 15-yard line. Handling the punting for Hempstead is going to be number 12. It's going to be Thomas. Preston and White lined up just inside their own 15-yard line. White, high snap, get it off. Line drive is going to be fielded around the 17-yard line by White. White to the
Good
25,
block.
to the 30, has room. Tripped up, and it'll be stopped at around the 37-yard line. So a good return.
Yes, it was.
23 yards on that return.
Kelvia Simmons just made a nice block over here to this near side that allowed him to get an extra 10, 12 yards out of that play.
So a good return by the Cougars will give them good field position to start. Ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line. So first and 10 for Lamarque. 11:30 to go, first half. Cougars up 7-0. 4 receivers set. Nelson and Smith in slots as Preston is in the backfield with Lanius. 3-man front for Hempstead. It'll be a play fake. Swings it out to Nelson.
That's a backwards pass.
They're going to say incomplete.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Second down.
Yeah, they've actually they've sniffed that out about 3 times, guys.
Yeah, you can tell that they've done a good job scouting Lamarque.
Yep.
In the early going. They have not allowed the Cougars to get on track with those quick screens. Second down and 10 coming up. Again, a 4-wide set. Wildcat show blitz. Handoff's going to be to Preston, and Preston's going to be stuffed. Gain of about maybe 1. And right now, guys, it looks like Hempstead has kind of got a feel as to what the Cougars are going to run because they have been active and have been able to plug any holes that the offensive line may have been able to open.
I agree. And they've also, like I said, the passing game is almost nothing there tonight for Lamarque.
Yeah, Morris did a fine job reading it that time, was able to shut it down real quick.
So third down coming up. We'll go into a pistol formation. Smith is tight. Lanius under center. It'll be a play fake. It'll be the wraparound draw to Preston, and that's not going to get much of anything. Again, you can see that Hempstead has scouted that play perfectly and held Preston to a gain of about 2.
Guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but I've got to interrupt.
Oh, certainly.
Somebody's standing beside me here that you might recognize.
Maybe
Coach Allen Waddell. There you go.
Those are indeed good voices.
Go sit down there for a bit if you want, Greg. All right.
All right, Alan Waddell here, and a voice and truly one of the greatest people and one of the greatest people I've ever had the chance to know. Flag is down.
Yeah, they're going to blow that one. That's going to be an
Yeah.
illegal procedure on Lamarque.
Alan, right quick. Halftime. Yes, sir. Yeah. Just, have you seen any of your players? Okay, good. Tell them to come up here and they can look at some of this old stuff I got up here right quick. Don't mean to interrupt during the game here, guys, but I tell you what, when Coach Allen Waddell walks in, I've got to change
That's right.
my
No, without
mindset. There you go. Good job, Coach. Yeah, tell them to come up here and check out some of this stuff. All right, guys, back to you.
Rubio has set the punt. Yale is back deep and around his own 30-yard line. And Rubio
shanked that one.
was.
shanked that one. Oh,
Whoa,
man.
that was ugly.
Yeah,
That picked up a first down.
That was
No,
about
once he kicks it, that ain't a first down. That's
No, I said
that's just
he kicked it for a first. He kicked it for the
13
first.
yards.
Exactly.
Yeah, 13 yards.
Yeah, it went enough for the first down. That's what I was getting at.
You know, Rubio has not had a solid evening. He's been up and down. One kickoff out of bounds on a 13-yard punch that is going to give Hempstead the ball at the 49-yard line, Actually, it's even shorter than that when you get official because they were at the 44-yard, their own 44. 10 nonetheless for Hempstead. 9:44 to go first half. Again, another high snap. Banks trying to make something out of nothing, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. As that play was almost disaster again.
It was. James Lofton able to run him down over there right at the line of scrimmage. So he's going to get a gain of nothing out of that.
Yeah, he's fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage, guys, because our defense, one thing for sure that they always possess, speed.
Looks like there is a man down on the field. We'll go ahead and take the break with them. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Second down and 10 for Hempstead. Again, another high snap.
Got the handoff
back, and Yellow's got a little bit more, and he's going to cut it back. 30, 25, 20, still going before he is dragged down at around the 9-yard line. Give credit to Ahmad Banks and also number 11 to Larry and Turner Yell. The two of them did not panic and and basically set up a run. They gets the ball down to around the 10-yard line, so that would be a game about 38.
Sometimes when the play breaks, it breaks right for the offense as well, and that was definitely a broken play that worked out well.
38-yard run on a play that looked like it was bound to lose yardage. And it is going to be Lewis, and Lewis is going to be stopped as he tried to get around the corner.
Can they pick up a first down, or is it first and goal?
No, it looks like it will be. It's a first and goal situation.
All right.
So that run will make it second and goal. See where they spot the ball. It's going to be spotted around the 8-yard line. So Lewis got about 2 on that play. Second and goal, 8:28 to go first half. Bobcats down 7-0, but making their deepest drive thus far. Banks drops back, steps, throws. Had a man open, but could not get the ball into his hands. Way high, intended for number 16, Vaughn Morris.
Yeah, if he'd have caught that ball, that would have been a hop, skip, and a jump into the end zone, as there was not a defender nearby.
Yeah, he walks into the end zone with ease on that one. So third down and goal coming up from the 8-yard line. And I would venture in a must-win scenario for Hempstead, this might be 4-down territory.
Oh, I would agree.
2 back set for Hempstead. Third down, it'll be Lewis. Banks going up top and incomplete. He
threw that ball almost out of the back of the end zone.
In the direction of number 6, Trayvon Carter, 6'4", 185-pound junior receiver. As the ball is incomplete, 4th down, it looks like they will indeed go for it.
Here comes the wall coming back out, taking a little bit of a breather that time.
Out for Lamarcus, number 52, Sterling Mack. So 4th down, 8 minutes, 6 seconds to go first half. Cougs up 7-0. Hempstead looking to go on 4th and goal at the Lamarck 8-yard line. 4 wide receiver set. Banks drops back. Play fake.
Little razzle dazzle.
And that ball is going to be stopped short of the first down. The ball pops loose.
Oh, no. It went into the hands of one of their players. It's a touchdown.
No, it's not. They're going to say it should not be. It's going to be where the ball was touched.
Oh, okay.
That's right. That ball was you can't fumble the ball forward into the end zone.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. I got you guys. That's exactly right.
So that play will stop it.
Yeah, you can't advance a fumble.
Oh, you can advance a fumble. You just can't advance it into the end zone.
Is in effect.
Yep.
Only the man who fumbles the ball can recover the ball.
That's right.
Yes.
Only the man that fumbled the ball can recover it.
Yes. So he is stopped short of the goal line. The Cougs make a big goal line stand on that one. They will spot the ball at the 4, make it the 5-yard line.
We've had longer drives this year.
Yeah, just a few.
Yes, we have.
And you've got a back like Preston in a situation like this. All it takes is just for one hole. But we need the Cougars to get some kind of creativity on offense, because the last couple of drives, it seems as if Hempstead has had an anticipation of knowing what the Cougars are going to run. Preston and Saldana in the backfield with Lanius. 3-man front now. Hand off to Saldana, and Saldana's going to be stuffed
that offensive line just going to have to start beefing it up, guys.
Well, it's either that or Lamarck's going to have to start going a little bit more further outside, see if we can't get guys like Smith and White perhaps to use a little of their speed to get around the edges.
Got to tell you, 10 of a Lewis, this kid's already got a dirty jersey. He has earned his keep.
Yeah.
So second down, a loss of 1 on that play. Make it second down and 11 from the 4-yard line. Lanius will hand the ball off, and that is going to be Preston. He'll get the ball to around maybe the 9-yard line. See what they'll spot him. Looks like they'll give him to the 10, so he'll pick up 6 on that play. Still a third down and 5 coming up for Lamarque with 7:02 left in the first half.
Now, because that 1-yard loss there at the beginning, it's probably closer to a 7-yard third down play here.
So it looks like you're getting 4. Big at third down and 7. 6:44 to go first half.
Do you dare put the ball up in the air this deep?
I'm not sure.
I don't think you want to run the risk.
I don't think so either.
I think you just want to play it safe, and that is what they'll do. As they tried to run that counter, that wrap around, and it got nothing, and they're very fortunate it wasn't a safety.
Yeah, they're back inside the 4-yard line again.
Spot the ball at the 3. So
that's going to be a short
field for him to punt. Yes,
exactly. He's going to be standing way back at the back of his end zone.
4th and long coming up. Pedro Rubio does not have much room to work with.
Another 13-yard punt like last one could really be disastrous.
Turner Yale, number 11, back deep for Hempstead. 5:55 to go first half, still 7-0. And you have to hope that the Cougars can just get the ball off, and a whistle and a timeout by the Cougars. We'll take
that play clock was down at next to nothing.
We'll take it with them. 5:39 to go first half. It is Lamarque 7, Hempstead nothing. Cougar Sports Net will be right back. After the timeout, it's the first for Lamarque. It'll be a 4th down and a long situation. Make it 4th and 13 for the Cougars as Rubio is pinned deep in the end zone. Low snap, he'll get it off. He'll get a better punt. It's going to be fielded by Yellen around the 41-yard line. Gets to the 35 to the 30. Bounced off one of his defenders, cuts back. Still churning before he is finally stopped at around the 23-yard line. So he'll get 18-yard punt return off of a 36-yard punt.
And I think every Cougar except Sumlin was in on that stop.
You have to like the way of how Yale just basically bounced off of his guy, number 7, Troy Galls. Galls had to feel like he was in a pinball game. So again, good field position for Hempstead.
Lamarque's defense is going to have to step up
yet again. As this ball is spotted at the 24-yard line with 5:22 to go here in the first half. Shotgun, 3 wide receivers set for Banks, and Banks is going to call his number, turns to the corner, gets a couple of blocks, and he's not going to get much on that play. Cougar stayed at home and did a good job and held them to about a 3-yard gain.
It's 35 again.
Daniels on the play. Gain of 3 will make it second down and 7 as we will go inside 5 minutes here in the first half. Miles Lonnie's 2-yard run on the opening drive of the game for the Cougars is their only score thus far. But Hempstead looking to try to change that. Second and 7, again a high snap, and it'll be Lewis calling his own number, turns the corner, looks for a block, cuts back, still going, has room inside the 10, and you see why Ahmad Banks is considered one of the more talented players in this district.
Banks with the carry.
The play fake caught half the Lamarque defense off guard, and his legs and his elusiveness did the rest as he puts the ball first and goal at the 9-yard line.
Well, they're inside that. They're down at 6.
Down to 6, okay. Yeah, you are right. Down to the 6 will make that 17-yard gain. High snap again. Handoff's going to be to Lewis. Lewis is going to churn his way inside the 5. Looks like he'll be stopped at around the 4, maybe the 3-yard line.
Sumlin in on the stop that time.
So we get a second down and goal. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. As Hempstead looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Banks, 2-back set. Calls his own number, cuts it back. Did he get enough? Not quite.
Just short.
Just short of the goal line is Banks.
Is this fourth down?
This will be third.
Third and goal.
Third down and goal at around the 1 yard line.
Early on the field, his knee went down before the ball crossed. Third down.
So, as the official said, knee went down before the ball crossed. So, still a third down and goal situation with 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go first half for Hempstead.
No rocket science, just not in place.
So Banks in shotgun. Looked like he was a bit surprised by the snap, but it doesn't matter anyway because Yale
Walked in
gets
untouched.
in. 1 yard touchdown run as the Bobcats took advantage of the short field and go in from a yard out. So with exactly 3 minutes to go here in the first half, we're an extra point away from having this game tied.
We talked about that first quarter going quick. The second quarter may even be faster.
Yeah, it's you're right. It's moving along.
We've got two teams that, thrive on running the ball. This is what will happen. All right, snap kick is going to be up, and the kick is going to be good. Flag down.
Yeah, you're going to have a leverage play.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And that's
We
gonna
had
be
that
on the
last
kickoff.
week, didn't
Yes,
we?
we
Yeah,
did.
they're going to assess it on the kickoff, and we're going to wind up, or they're going to wind up kicking to us from our side of the field.
Kicker was number 3. It's going to be
Personal
Marcus
foul.
Jackson.
Number 31 of the defense, DB. That's 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty will be enforced.
This is the goal. Replay the drive.
So they'll replay it.
Yeah, the only reason they're replaying it is because it was missed.
Yeah. So
Now they're going to think about two-point conversion.
looks like they are. They'll take the timeout. We'll take it with them. 3 minutes to go first half. It is Lamarck 7, Hempstead 6. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So after the timeout by Hempstead, they'll have one remaining as they will decide to go for 2 after the penalty moves in half the distance to the goal line. Yale with 2 backs. With them will be Lewis, number 10, Yale, number 11 for Banks at quarterback, and it will be to Yale. Yale trying to turn a corner, still spinning, and
He's
he'll
in.
walk in, and they'll take the lead. Turner Yale will take the matters in his own hands, not only with the touchdown, but also the conversion run, and it's a new score. 3 minutes to go. It is Hempstead leading Lamarck by a count of 8-7. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So Hempstead takes full advantage of a short field and marches in on a touchdown run, a 1 yard run by Yale, who then follows up with a conversion run that makes it 8-7. Hempstead leading Lamarck with exactly 3 minutes to go first half. Kick is going to be short. It's going to be fielded by one of the backs around the 30, 35. But Saldana turning the corner, gets to the 40,
Still going.
45. Midfield flags are down as Saldana will finally be stopped right past midfield. We'll see what the flags are, and from that vantage point,
blocking
doesn't
the
look
back.
good. So we'll see what the official call will be, but yeah, it will certainly push Lamarck back. Cougs looking a little sluggish on the offensive side of the ball since the opening drive. As that will pull the ball back to the 32-yard line. The Cougars 2 minutes, 51 seconds left. 2 timeouts remaining. They've got time. They just need to get the offense clicking.
That's it. Start doing the things you did back in that first drive.
First and 10, it'll be a 4-receiver set. Longest in shotgun formation. With Preston in the backfield with him. Longest drops back, swings it out. Ball's going to be caught by White. White breaks a tackle. White still spinning. He'll be stopped for about a gain of maybe 5, perhaps 6 yards on that play. See where he spotted.
Yeah, the yak there was very important as he managed to make that first man miss and then scamper forward for that gain of 6. Something that hasn't happened previously in this game so far in the couple of attempts they've made.
First second completion, second positive passing play, I should say, of the night for the Cougars. It'll be a 2nd down and 4 at their own 38-yard line. Lions will hand it up to Preston, and Preston is not going to get much of anything. He'll get a yard if that. Tackle made there by number 24.
Yep.
And that is going to be the Andre Glover.
Couple yards, 3rd down.
Preston gets 1, actually 2, so make it 3rd down and 2. Again, it'll be a swing pass out to Smith. Smith cuts it back. Smith still going, trying to find a block. Gets another couple of blocks. Has some friendly faces. Flags down all over the place. You'll get the 1st down, but that's coming back.
He was able to make some positive yardage out of that somehow, just through some quick moves and jukes and everything like that. But again, like you said, I think you're going to be looking at a holding penalty that's going to wind up bringing that one back.
And it'll be 3rd down and even longer for the Cougars. As again, it was an individual effort by Smith to make something happen because Hempstead has a legal block in the back. Take it back 10 yards, so it'll be a 3rd down and 12 situation for the Cougars with 2:13 to go here in the 1st half. So if you're Hempstead, you've got to feel good because if you get a stop right here, you'll end up with perhaps solid field position.
About 2 minutes in the half yet to move the ball.
Yep, you'll probably have about a minute and change, with the timeout to work with. Diamond formation for the Cougars as long as it's the only man in the backfield. It'll be the wraparound, and that's actually a busted play, and Lanius is going to get dragged down. Lanius was supposed to do something, and it didn't work. I think they were going to try to run that wraparound play, and it did not work at all as he is going to lose yardage. They'll put the ball back to the 28-yard line.
Well, they were going to give that ball to Preston, or Perry Preston, and there were 2 men standing right beside him just waiting for that ball to go into his hands to bring him down. So that play wasn't there.
Lanius tried to make something happen and just wasn't able to do so. So Rubio back to punt again with 1:23 to go in the 1st half. Gill back deep at his own 40-yard line. So we could have over a minute to do something with the ball, and Rubio gets a high hanging
nice
punt.
Kick.
Fielded by Yell. Lost by Yell. Ball still out there before he was able to finally get it. That could have been bad news for Hempstead. Would have been great for Lamarque. But Yell able to hold on to the football and actually got a few yards out of it on the bounce.
He got lucky, guys.
Yeah, that ball just went right through his hands.
So 1 minute, 2 seconds to go. They do have a timeout left. Ball is at their own 43-yard line. So, again, it's up to the Cougars to try to keep Hempstead from getting into the end zone and trying to continue the momentum that they established on that last drive.
Once again, all players and coaches from 1997, the state championship
Banks
football team. Now,
at quarterback, he will have Yale, number 11. It looks like Lewis. It is Lewis, number 10, in the backfield with him. Lewis in the backfield with Yale. Yale lined up tight. Banks back. Has time. Steps up. Throws downfield. Has a man, and the ball's going to be incomplete.
Beautiful coverage that time downfield. It looks like you got Jalen Walker back there.
Saldana was also in there as well.
back there as well. Yep.
Still a good thrown ball, though, guys.
It was.
You got to give the quarterback credit. He had a good angle, and it was a catchable ball.
Pass intended for number 12. That's going to be it's going to be Adam Banks.
Let's go,
So 2nd and 10 coming up. 54 seconds left in the 1st half. Banks in shotgun. Will hand the ball off to Lewis. He'll try to turn a corner. Pulls off a couple of defenders and gets to around midfield. So he'll get about 7 on that play.
Jerry Evans, and surprisingly enough, all that running, guess who was around the ball as well?
Marlon Ford. I tell you, for a big man, this young man can move.
He can run.
3rd down.
Impresses me every week.
Indeed, 3rd and short, and it's going to be Yale trying to turn a corner. Does. Has 1st down a little bit more. Wisely steps out of bounds with 23 seconds to go.
Turner Yale with the carry for
So
1st
he
down.
will get the ball to the 44-yard line of Lamarque. So he got 6 on that carry. So make it 1st and 10. Cougars, 23 seconds left in the first half. High snap, Banks drops back, looking, heaves the ball downfield. This is going into double coverage, and that ball's going to be incomplete. Out of the hands of number 6.
And he landed
for Carter. Yeah, he landed awkwardly.
Yeah, he did.
We'll go ahead and take the break. He's going to need some help up. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Number 6 for Hempstead, Trayvon Carter, able to walk off under his own power as we get back to action. Banks steps up, throws. Ball's going to be caught. It's the hook and ladder. That ball is loose. Picked up by the Cougars. And that is number 48 for Lamarque. And that is going to be Keandre Owens with the fumble recovery. So
tried a little trickeration.
It did not work.
That'll give Lamarque probably one play.
So 6 seconds to go in the first half. We'll see what the Cougars will do.
I think they might try to hand it off, see if Perry Preston can get a good run.
That would be a heck of an idea.
And I'm leaning a little bit towards maybe going down here towards Stewart, seeing if they can't get the ball down the sideline a little bit.
Yale playing well deep.
Yeah, he is.
Around his own 40, Lanius rolls out, steps up, throws. That ball's just going to be caught. But that ball is almost fumbled, picked up by White.
And that'll be the end of that.
He'll get the first down, but that is going to be the end of the first half. It is Lamarque trailing Hempstead by a count of 8-7. Coug Sports Net will be right back, and please enjoy this halftime as we celebrate the 1997 state championship. Lamarque Cougars, Alan Waddell, and a host of other stars from that team out on the field. Enjoy it. We'll be right back.
Fans, what a special night. Before I announce some of my special guests here behind me, how about them Houston Astros? Well, I tell you what, we felt like that for many, many years when Coach Waddell was here. The city of Houston is feeling what we felt for many times. We went there in 93, came up short. 94 came up short. Then we started hitting pay dirt in 95. 96, could we do it again? Back to back. How difficult is it in the state of Texas of high school to do it back to back to back? Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at Coach Alan Waddell and some of his players. So right quick, though, so I can get this show on the road, there was one game that I can remember, even though it's 20 years ago. I was on the sideline. I've been with Coug Sports Net for a little over 20 years. I was on the side. It was right after the Texas City loss, guys. And you tell me if this did not change that season in your life. Coach Waddell grabbed y'all, brought you to the sideline, and had the most emotional, motivational speech I've ever heard from a coach. And told y'all you could take 2 paths, continue the season and not become a champion, or get to work the next day and win another state title. What did you do? 3 times, back to back to back. Now, some of the young men that were there and took the words of Coach Waddell to heart and went to work the next day. Raise your hand. Claude Terrell. Midrick Ford. Julius Sumlin. Blair Billick. Hey, and some of these guys look like they can put on the pads tonight now, I'm telling you. Corey McNair. John Solomon. Jonathan Perry. James Bishop. Jamal Clay. And he didn't play, but I tell you what, he went on to become a great coach and still a great coach, and he was on the staff. Leland Surovic here now is coaching at Tech City. Now, but before I introduce the man that brought it all to happen, I'm going to bring up, I had a proclamation written by current Mayor Bobby Hocking. He said, Mike, I can't be there tonight to read it, but I said, I tell you what, I got something in the bag. I'm going to bring on a 4-time back-to-back Mayor, Coach Pete, Mayor Raggard to read the proclamation.
Thank you, Mike. Oh, what a great night for this team and all those previous teams. From the office of the Mayor of the City of Lamarque, a proclamation. Whereas head coach Alan Waddell had arrived in Lamarque in 1990, the program had been in a state title game only one time. By the time he departed in 1997 for a job at Texas A&M University, this program had appeared in 5 championship, winning 3. And whereas during the 7 years in Lamarque, the Cougars went 103 wins against 13 losses. And won 6 district championships. And whereas in 1997, the Lamarque Cougars defeated the Denizens football team 17-0 to capture the 4A Division II crown for back-to-back-to-back state titles. And be it resolved that this November 3rd, 2017 marks the 20th year anniversary of the 1997 state championship team. And now, therefore, the mayor and the city council, by the virtue of their authority vested by the city of Lamarque, do hereby proclaim this day, November 3rd, as the 1997 Lamarque Cougars Day in the city of Lamarque. And do hereby urge all citizens and businesses to participate in the observation of this special day. And in testimony, witness the hand and the signature of the Mayor of City of Lamarque, the Honorable Bobby Hotkins.
Now, you might also see somebody here you think I might have left out. But, Tony, I'm not leaving you out. Tony Willis, I want you to introduce the man with the plan.
I think one of the hardest things I ever had to do was after Coach Waddell left and went to Texas A&M, I had to MC the football banquet that year. And so I was introducing, the players and the coaches and everything. When I got ready to introduce Coach Waddell, all of a sudden I got choked up. And I didn't know, it was very emotional, the fact that, I'd been here for 23 years. I'd been through Coach Massey and Coach Bundy and Coach Dewatney, and I knew it was time for a change, and it was actually on the selection committee that helped pick Coach Waddell for the job, and we couldn't have got a better guy for it. And so, head coach, Alan Waddell.
Thank you, Cougs. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and supporting your Cougars. A couple of people I want to especially point out to the crowd right now is our secretary, Mrs. Molly, Kathy Molly down there. Wave at us, Kathy. And I guarantee you, my biggest supporter on campus for the 8 years I was there, Leon Carr. Leon, stand up and say hello to everybody. Coach Carr, my good buddy. I want to thank everybody again on behalf of all the players that 20 years ago, 20 years seems like yesterday. I know 20 years ago I was trying to give these guys curfews to get them in bed in time. They're all ready to go home and go to sleep right now. They said they're ready to play, but one play only. I think a couple of them get down in the stands, but I'm not sure they all get out of the stands anymore. But I want to thank the City of Lamarque, Marque Independent School District administration, the faculty, the staff that made football important to the school. I know how important it was to these guys here. Enabled me to hire a tremendous staff that took care of your kids. I want to thank these players out here because it was worth every day getting up a smile on my face and coming to work for these kids and making them better people. They made me a better person as we did it. And of course, I want to thank the community and the people in the stands every week that followed us. If you weren't at the football game, you must have been sick on Friday night because this is where everybody was. Thank you again. Support the team tonight. Support the team throughout the year. And on behalf of past, present, and future Cougars, go Cougs. Thank you.
Give it up, Cougs. What did we say after we scored a touchdown each time?
All right, this is Lewis Perrin, Coug Sports Net. I'll be joined up here shortly by Brandon and Mike as we get ready for the second half of this football game between Hempstead and Lamarque. Lamarque currently trailing 7-8. It has been an exciting game, a fast-moving game, and I'm sure that that Brandon and Mike will be moving pretty quick to get back up here as quickly as they can, so that we can get this this second half rolling. It was a game where Lamarque jumped out quickly, able on their first drive to drive the ball down, score a fast, easy touchdown, and then it became a battle. The two defenses both held up very well. Lamarque had a couple of opportunities in close that they weren't able to punch it in and score on. And then finally, Hempstead able to make a drive as we got in towards the closing minutes of the second half. Not only able to get the drive, but then also able to convert a 2-point extra point. And that's where we stand right now, 7-8, as the Lamarque Cougars and Hempstead continue this 3A football game on a Friday night, damp Friday night. As you can see, a little bit of mist in the left-hand side of the view screen here. Lamarque will be taking the kickoff as we get things rocking and rolling here real fast. We're going to make a quick handover here, and we'll be right back with you.
All right, I'll try to catch my breath here, Lewis.
Y'all got it quick.
All right, kickoff starting here on the second half.
Yep. As Perry cutting it back to the 35. 40's got room, midfield, 45, 40, 35 to the 30, still going. Fakes another defender, down to around the 20. I don't know what Alan Waddell must have told him, but whatever he did, it worked.
It worked. He still got the magic, guys. And I'm out of breath.
I can tell both of y'all were both a little bit out of breath. I tried to cover for you while I could.
You know.
Outstanding job down there, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yes. Well.
Not quite as proud as they used to be 20 years ago, though.
We had a good supporting cast, Lewis, to be able to help us out.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. Great field position. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line of Hempstead. Lonnie is in the backfield with Saldana and Preston. It'll be Saldana with the carry. Saldana's going to be met immediately.
Aye, aye, aye. Come on, guys. Take advantage of this beautiful field position.
Number 51 that time for Hempstead. Just shut him down real rapidly.
Number 51, that is going to be Justin Alvarez. 5'11", 230. That's a fire hydrant in the middle.
It is.
That's a good way of putting it.
No gain makes it 2nd down and 10 for the Cougars. Don't want to squander this opportunity as long as rolls out, steps up, looking, throws. Ball is going to be caught. Nice reception there by Joey White, his second up the game.
Good
He's going to
game.
be about 1.5 yards short of the 1st down.
He had to come back a couple of yards to make that catch. Real nice job on part of Joey White.
Sure-handed receiver leads the Cougars in receiving this season. We'll make it a 3rd down and short, 3rd and about 2. Lonnie is under center, calls his own number. He's got the 1st down. He almost got out of there
and
completely.
Then some.
Beautiful.
He gets the ball down to around the 9-yard line.
You're going to mark it all the way down to 6.
To the 6. Wow, even further than that.
And once again, he caught him kind of napping, I think, guys. They weren't able to dig in and be ready.
Gain of 7 on that play will make it 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Lonnie again under center, calls his own number, cuts it back. Is going to follow the pile inside the 5. to about the 3.
Second down and goal.
Went to the other side of the center that time, and it worked out well for him. Got a player that's going to have to come off the field here briefly.
Yeah, it's going to be, looks like Perry Preston.
Yeah, that's Perry.
25.
Lost his helmet. As he will go out for one play, he'll be replaced by DeMarcus Nelson, number 34. No, second and goal. Around the 3, Lonnius again under center, calls his own numbers, drives in, short up the goal line, call around the 2. So third down and goal coming up as Preston comes back in, as Nelson fills in for him for one play. So third down and goal, 9:56 to go. Third quarter, kickoff return by Perry Preston put the Cougars at the Hempstead 20. Cougs need to cash this one in, down 8-7.
Big
yes,
time.
Yes, they do.
In shotgun. High snap, Lonnius nearly lost it, cuts back, cuts past a couple of defenders and got the touchdown.
He got
it. He somehow got past it. Miles Lonnius.
Wow.
From 2 yards out when that play looked like disaster written all over it, he took advantage of a very aggressive defense and found his way. It pays to be his height at times, and it certainly paid off as he slid to the end zone for the score.
Now, Lamarck did this in the first half. They took their first drive down, made a nice score out of it, and then had a little difficulty after that. We need to keep this momentum going, guys.
Rubio to attempt the extra point. That would make it 14-8. Like the holder, high snap, kick is up. The kick is going to be good.
There we go.
So a new score with 9:32 to go here in the third quarter. Flags are down. We'll take a look and see.
Push, had a little bit of extracurricular activity going there in the interior line.
Yeah, it looks like they will be. It's a hold against Lamarck, so hold the phones.
Replay the try.
Well, I watched him during pregame. I watched them taking kicking practice out there, and he was hitting them from this distance and then some without much difficulty. So this is going to be, instead of just a little 13-yard try, this one's going to wind up bumping it back out, making it 25-yard.
Oh, let's see. You've got Lonnius out there. They've got the offense out there looking to attempt the 2-pointer. So they are going to attempt the 2.
Wow.
Yeah, you usually see this when you get moved closer to the goal. But
Now this is interesting.
Lonnius the snap, drops back, steps up, throws, looks downfield. Ball is going to be incomplete. Good coverage there. Intended for Stewart as he was double covered.
Boy, it would have been great if he had a man underneath. He'd have hit him. He'd have been wide open.
Exactly. Yep. Nonetheless, it is a touchdown for Lamarck. 9:32 to go, third quarter. Cougs regained the lead by a count of 13-8 over Hempstead. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Back deep for Hempstead is going to be number 11, Yale, and also number 7, Troy Galls. As Rubio is set to kick the ball off after the touchdown, he will kick this in the direction of Galls around the 14-yard line, gets to the 20, looks for a block, 25, stopped around the 30-yard line, slung down there.
good coverage by Lamarque that time.
Number 21, Jeremiah Taylor with the tackle. Also an assist in there by number 5, Kavius Simeon. So Hempstead will get the ball at their own 30-yard line to start the second half, down 13-8.
Starting on the 30.
9 minutes, 24 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Cougs took the opening drive and scored.
Cougars defense for the first quarter and 3 quarters played a real good game, holding Hempstead down fairly consistently. And they're going to need to do it again here.
First and 10 for the Bobcats. Ball at their own 30-yard line. Banks with 2 backs with them. It'll be a handoff to Lewis, and Lewis gets smashed. The wall.
Yes,
right.
sir.
Along with number 17, Jerry Evans, both of those young men playing their final home games at Etheridge Stadium.
Guys, it is such an honor to have been able to witness this young man playing for the last 3 years here. He's always delivered on excitement, on athleticism, and interceptions. I mean, the accolades can keep going on and on.
Second down, a handoff's going to be Lewis. He's not going to get much else either as that Lamarque defense swarming ball
They're
pop
gonna say
loose.
ball's on the
They're going
ground.
to say the ball is on the ground. And who else? The wall with the recovery.
They haven't
decided yet. We'll see. He's the guy who came up with the football. Cougars are indicating that it's theirs, and we still don't have an official word yet. They're going to hold it up, and it's going to be Lamar football.
Yeah, the guy from the sideline, the line judge, come in and say, yeah, it did pop out.
Yeah, he had it the whole time. I'm not quite sure what everybody else was looking at.
So the Cougars get the ball on the fumble recovery, a third recovery of the night by the Lamarque defense.
Do something with it here now, guys.
Exactly.
Defense handed you a platter.
1st and 10 for the Cougars at the 30-yard line of Hempstead, 8:44 third quarter. See if you can get this one in the end zone and try to bust it open. Lanius drops back, rolls out, looking, steps up, throws. Ball's going to be caught again. White with the reception. He'll be about a yard short, flag down, and it might be a block below the waist. No, he'll be holding.
Doggone it.
And that is going to take what would have been an 8-yard gain back, so make it 1st down and 20.
Well, I thought Lanius was kind of like wide open on that far side. He probably could have run for as far as he threw the ball.
For a moment, I thought that he did, because he certainly did have a lane, and if he could have picked up a block, could have got a heck of a lot more than about, say, maybe 7 or 8 yards.
Come on, guys. You got to do something with this gift that the defense gave you.
Ball spotted at the 40-yard line, 8:36 to go, first half. Cougars looking to cash in on the third turnover of the night for Hempstead. Bobcats down 13-8, trying to stay in this contest. Lanius will hand the ball off to Preston. Preston's going to break a couple of tackles before he is stopped at around the 37-yard line.
Hey, Preston with the carry.
Get the ball to the 37. That tackle made there by, looks like, number 2, Cameron Thomas. Officially spot Perry with 3. So make it 2nd down and 17 to go with 8:09 to go in the third quarter. Saldana, number 9, Preston, number 4 in the backfield. Smith in the slot with White and Stewart lines up outside. Stewart now does not have the matchup with Banks, so that could be an opportunity for them to go to.
And you're going to get a timeout.
Then we'll go ahead and take it with them. 7:48 to go, third quarter. It is Lamarque 13, Hempstead 8. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So after the timeout, Lamarque's first. It is a 2nd down and 17 to go for the Cougars. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line of Hempstead. 7:48 to go, third quarter. Cougs trying to extend a 13-8 lead. Lonnie is a shotgun set. Bobcats showing blitz. He'll roll out this time to the opposite side. Steps up, throws. Ball is going to be incomplete. One hopped it in the direction of Cordell Stewart. He was double covered on that play with Yale, and it looks like number 8 for Hempstead. That will be Quinn Sargent there on the stop as well.
Sets up a 3rd down and long. It's not exactly what we wanted to see after getting the ball on the 30-yard line.
You don't want to squander the opportunity here. It's the 3rd turnover of the evening. You have to consider the fact that their only score came on a short field. The defense has been playing well tonight, but the offense really needs to step up and hold to its end of the bargain. Tight formation coming here on 3rd down. It's their diamond set, 3rd and 16. They'll roll Lanius out to the near side. Looking, rushing, throws. Ball going to be caught by Nelson. Not much on that play. He'll get nothing, to be exact, as that play was draped perfectly by number 23. That is going to be Jadarian Holland.
And it's obviously going to be, well, I don't know. You could try and play the field position game here, and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Exactly.
Go ahead and punt and see if they can get that ball down inside certainly inside the 20, maybe even inside the 10.
Back deep as Yale. He's going to drop back to around his 12-yard line as Rubio lines up the punt. 4th punt of the night for Rubio, as he is lined up around his own 47-yard line. Low snap, no pressure, and Rubio gets the ball inside the 20. So he'll get a bounce, gets a nice bounce by the Cougars, and that ball is going to die at the 6-yard line. So Pedro Rubio does his job and pins the Bobcats deep in their own territory with 7:22 to go in the third quarter.
They're down there doing a little bit of celebrating as Marlon Ford, ever the cheerleader. Not only is he an outstanding nose tackle, but he really is the heart of that defensive squad. for the Cougars.
Coach Mike Jackson said earlier in the year that this team goes with Marlon Ford. We all know the emotion that this young man has played with under the past several weeks with the sudden passing of his mother a couple of weeks back. This team has really leaned on him, and he has really leaned on opponents as well. One of the nicest kids, one of the most sweet individuals, a gentle giant off the field. But get him in pads. This guy, as we have seen over the past 4 years, he is a beast. 1st and 10 at the 6-yard line for Hempstead. Banks in a shotgun set with one back. He'll go play action, rolls out, has pressure, throws the ball over the middle, incomplete.
And that ball was almost tipped to number 5 for the Cougars.
That was would have been in the hands of Caba Simeon. Number 12, their intended receiver, Adam Banks. I tell you what, he put some scorch in that one. Had he put that in there perfectly, Banks might have still been running. That was a well-run route, but just a bit too much heat on the throw by Banks. 2nd down and 10 coming up inside the 6. High snap, and it'll be a handoff to Yale. Yale trying to cut his way back, does. Breaks a couple of tackles, gets the 1st down and a little more. 20, 30, 40, 45. Midfield to around the 45 of Lamarck. And Yale with the biggest play of the night for Hempstead.
And another penalty flag, and that's going to be taunting, I do believe, personal foul on Lamarck.
And again, the silly personal foul penalties continue to hit Lamarck. We had a couple of them last week. Again, it's just a lack of maturity by this team, and that's going to cost them 15 yards on top of a play that ended up being a 49-yard run. So it turns out to be a 64-yard play. So 1st and 10 for Hempstead as that ball goes all the way to the 30-yard line. It's the immaturity at times of this Lamarck team that ends up being an Achilles heel, and this could come back to hurt him.
Yes, it could very easily.
1st and 10 now at the 30-yard line. Banks in shotgun. 3-wide set, and that is going to be illegal procedure.
That'll back him up 5 yards.
Banks certainly wasn't expecting it that quick. Yes, that is going to be a false start. They'll push them back 5 yards. So make it 1st down and 15 for Hempstead with 6:56 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Remember, Cougars will be out at Hitchcock next Friday night for the regular season finale. You hold on to this one. This one could decide the district championship, depending how things go at Hitchcock out at East Chambers. 1st and 15 for Hempstead. Another high snap, and it'll be a handoff. This time to Lewis, and Lewis gets nothing. Marlon Ford in there along with Daniels on the stop, and that is going to be a loss of 2 on the play.
That's number 99,
Marlon Ford. They're at the stop.
I'll help you out here, Brandon, as soon as I catch my breath.
No problem.
Ran down to the truck, got a squeegee. Oh, brother.
Jeremiah Taylor comes out for a play, so it'll be a 2nd down and 17 situation for Hempstead at the Lamarck 37-yard line. In a 3-receiver set, high snap. It'll be Banks calling his own number. Banks turns the corner past the 35. It'll just go out of bounds around the 33-yard line. So he'll pick up about 4 on that play. So make it 3rd down and 13. Yeah, 3rd and 12. They'll officially give him 5 on that carry. So 3rd down and 12 at the Lamarck 32-yard line. 5:52 to go, 3rd quarter. Cougs up 13-8.
And like you mentioned, Brandon, this is a very crucial game on playoff positioning.
No, it certainly is. When you look at both teams, obviously for Hempstead, a loss would really cripple their playoff hopes. Cougars would be in great position with a win here. And ball is almost bobbled as Banks gets past the lineup, the original lineup scrimmage. So he stopped it around the 26-yard line, so he'll get about 6 on that play. Gene G, Ford, and Evans will come in on 4th down. It will be a 4th down and 5 coming up.
Critical play right here, guys.
Shotgun set. It'll be a handoff.
Get him.
And that ball squirts loose, and it'll be picked up by the Cougars. Marlon Ford helped prop the ball loose, and it is picked up by number 23, Eddie Elam.
But you're going to see the same rule invoked here that you saw earlier. This is a 4th down fumble play. It's going to go from where it left his hand.
Got a Marque player down, guys.
Looks like Summerlin will take the break. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Eddie Elam with the recovery of the fumble as Lamarck defense comes up with their 4th turnover of the night. And will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line with 5:13 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Still anyone's ball game. The Cougars, you'd like to see them get something big and start to put some breathing space between them and the Bobcats. Lanius hands the ball up to Saldana. Saldana cuts back, pulls past the 25, is going to carry the pile to the 30. He is going to be close to a 1st down. Probably a game around 8 on that play.
Now that's the Saldana we know.
That's it. And again, you saw the Bobcats that time attempting that safety blitz. And again, that safety was almost back there at the time of the handoff. Saldana able to get through there just a little bit quicker, though.
Gain of 10 officially, so Saldana will move the chains for 1st down. 1st and 10, Cougs looking to try to go a bit up tempo. Free play, lost flag down as there was contact. And looks like that is going to be an encroachment against Hempstead. If that's the case, that's going to be their 4th of the night.
Yeah, we saw 3 of them on the first drive, and then it kind of went dry for a little while there throughout the second half of the 1st quarter and all the second.
Now there's an encroachment. So tackle on 5 for the Cougars will be a 1st and 5 for Lamarck. They spot the ball at the 37-yard line. We have 4 minutes, 51 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Cougs again up 13-8. Smith is in a slot. Shotgun set 2 backs with Lyons, and it is going to be Saldana and Preston. Stewart to the near side, White to the far. Shotgun handoff's going to be to Preston, cuts it back, and he's going to be stuffed at around the 39-yard line. So Gary Preston gains 2 on that play. That'll make it 2nd down and about 3.
I'm not quite sure what his yardage is, but Preston is this defense for Hempstead is really making it tough on him to gain positive yardage. It was a great run back on the kickoff, but shy of that, he's been held up fairly well.
Yeah, this offense has been held up for the most part. There's not a lot of big plays here this evening. Lanius drops back, steps up, throws. Ball's going to be incomplete. Was intended for Stewart.
Was that offsides?
No.
No.
I don't see a flag.
No, there's no flag. Cougs thought they were getting a free play.
Yeah, you can see the coach over here asking the linesman, hey, what was up with that? But I don't think he ever got across the neutral zone.
So an incomplete pass makes it 3rd down and 3. 3:56 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Cougs looking to convert. Lanius will hand the ball up to Saldana, and Saldana's going to bull his way close to the 1st down. I think he's got it.
I do too.
Very close. I think they gave it to him.
Yep, they'll move the chains. Needed 3, got 3 from Saldana. And it's a 1st and 10 for Lamarck at the 47-yard line. Inside 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd. 3:44 and counting. Offensive line has had their share of struggles with this Hempstead front 3 this evening. As like you mentioned, Lewis, the running lanes have just not been there for most of the evening. They've been in spots.
You've seen them in spots, is exactly right. Kind of like Jekyll and Hyde, like we've talked about on several times throughout the course of the year. You're just not quite sure what you're going to get on any given play.
And that was going to be 2. Preston tries to turn the corner, and he's not going to make that corner because number 11, Yale, with the stop, and now a late flag.
Yeah, when he did that, stepped over the top of him. Yeah, when he stepped over the top of him like that, I think they're going to wind up getting him for that.
No, that's an unsportsmanlike for Lamarck. So not only are you going to get the loss, that takes Preston back to around the 35-yard line. Well, to see where he was spotted. Actually, looks like he was down at around the 38.
75 wasn't even in that play. I'm not
quite
sure exactly what he did.
But it is a personal foul nonetheless. 2nd in this quarter by Lamarck.
Wow.
So it's now 2nd down and 25.
That's a bus trip, guys.
That is. It is, and you don't know how often the bus is coming. Try to counterplay to Preston, and Preston is not going to get much of anything. And
yeah.
again, another late flag.
And that one again will be against Lamarque, and it's liable to be an ejection on that one.
My gosh, you've got to be kidding me.
That's 75 again. That's his second unsportsmanlike play.
And
yeah, he's
he
out.
Is gone. Yep, that is going to be it's going to be Nathan Franks, a freshman. Is going to be done for tonight. So another personal foul, third personal foul in the quarter by Lamarque.
After the play.
Another dead ball.
Number 75 in the offense. 15-yard penalty. Half this is the goal.
Wow.
Still third down.
So it'll be third down, and that bus ride is probably going to need Southwest Airlines now.
That's it.
Boy, that's 30 yards almost.
Yeah. You have to get the ball to the 47-yard line of Hempstead.
The Hempstead 47 is right.
Yeah, and you're at they are spotting the ball at the 14-yard line. Not quite that 3rd and 61 we saw a few years back in Houston. But Lamarque definitely pushing it. Third down and 40. Don't know what you have in the playbook for that one. We'll be a handoff to Preston, and Preston momentarily gets out of there, but he got thumped pretty hard. Number 24 for Hempstead. I'll tell you, these Hempstead defenders have been bringing the wood all night long.
They have been, and I tell you what, the Lamarque's offense was really the best defense Hempstead had that time.
Yes, DeAndre Glover was there on the stop as the Cougs go 3 in a long, painful ouch after that first down.
Well, they have definitely shot themselves in the foot after they were given those turnovers.
So 4th and 38, yeah, you're bringing out the punting unit. And Rubio gets the punt off, and that might get close enough to the first down. Actually, it won't.
Nope.
That ball is going to be
just
spotted
over the line of scrimmage.
Yep, around the 46-yard line. So officially, that is going to be a 35-yard punt by Rubio. So 1:56 to go here in the third quarter. Hempstead's got great field position with another chance to go up and take advantage of the 13-8 lead. But again, you would think that with this Lamarque team that has forced 4 turnovers tonight, this game should be a lot wider than what we're looking at right here.
Especially when some of the turnovers that they've gotten. And also got to bring into the play is that wonderful kickoff return that Perry Preston had that went squandered.
No,
they scored on that one. Yeah, they scored on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, they did. Sorry.
So 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Banks will hand the ball off to Yale. Yale tries to cut back, breaks it past a couple of defenders before you stop at around the 43-yard line. So a 3-yard gain for Yale. 1:46 remaining here in the third.
Malik Holmes in on that stop.
2nd down and 7 for the Bobcats at the Lamarque 43-yard line.
Hempstead, 2nd and 8.
Banks in shotgun. And their base set all long, and it'll be Banks trying to call his own number, turns to the corner. Breaks past 1, breaks past 2, goes in the open field. He'll juke past another defender. Flags are down all over the place.
I know what you're going to have down here at the far end. I do believe you're going to have a hold down there. Back here, I'm not quite certain.
Ahmad Banks, we kept waiting for that talent to explode, and he showed up.
Yeah, he did.
If it stands somehow, it's a gain of 34 would be a 1st and goal. They'll be close to a 1st and goal. They'll spot it at the 20.
Number 78 of the offense.
So, wow.
Like conduct. Number 98 of the defense. This is 78, 99, first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game. A second one will disqualify him. First down.
First down, so that's still going to count. As they will spot the ball. Looks like they're going to spot him at around the 12-yard line. So that would be a gain of around 31 yards. Make it 32 for Banks. So it was after the play, dead ball. As you see, they'll spot him a little further. Let's see where they'll spot him at officially. Looks like
so the difference between the personal foul and the unsportsmanlike, unsportsman, you get 2, you're out.
Yep.
Personal foul is not the same then.
That's correct. You can have as many personal fouls within reason as long as you're not talking about, throwing a punch or anything like that. Yeah.
So 1st and 10 after officially a gain of 28 by Banks. Ball at the Lamarque 15. Banks drops back, steps, throws, slant. Ball's going to be caught, spins past one defender, touchdown.
Neither one of the two men that hit him inside the 5-yard line wrapped up, and he was just able to spin out and walk into the end zone with that play.
Quinn Sargent is your receiver. This will say Rodney Wallace, number 9. I thought number 8. My apologies, but nonetheless, it's still 6. And it is going to give Hempstead a 14-13 lead with 58 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and they will go for 2. Just like that, the Bobcats strike. See if they'll convert the conversion.
Ball's on the
snap.
ground. Yep.
Banks steps up. He's just going to throw this ball up, and he'll have a man open.
Holy cow, even a broken play
Adam
we can't
Banks
stop right now.
With the reception, and it'll be Banks to Banks on the conversion play. But nonetheless, it is going to be the Cougars now down 16-13 with 58 seconds left. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So the run by Ahmad Banks sets up his 15-yard touchdown pass to Rodney Wallace. And the conversion catch from Banks to Adam Banks. So a little brotherly love there. Makes it 16-13 with 58 seconds left.
In the 3rd quarter.
In the 3rd, and that's going to be his kick is going to die at around the 21 when Devin Smith is going to struggle to get the ball. He'll try to turn the corner, cuts back, evades a couple of defenders, and will finally be dragged down at around the 27-yard line.
Ran right by that ball, forgot to pick up the luggage.
Yep. And right now, this Cougar team just feels like it's sleepwalking.
Yeah, it definitely needs a spark because the run game is not picking up any yardage. The passing game is pretty anemic at this point.
Yes.
Mike, what you're calling a spark, I call a lightning bolt.
It needs something. You're right. Or a good cattle prod, maybe.
That'll work too.
Yeah, whatever gets it moving.
That's what I'm saying.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. They're going to be at their own 29-yard line with 50 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Lanius in a shotgun set has Preston in the backfield with him. And it'll be a handoff to Preston, and Preston's going to cut back, has room, 40, cuts back, 45, still going midfield. He'll go out of bounds around the 47-yard line, but a flag down on the play, and that looks like in the neighborhood of holding.
I don't know, the way they tossed it up, I'm not quite certain where that was going to be. Yep, holding.
Yep, and the Cougars continue to shoot themselves in the foot. There'll be a spot foul.
Man, they've given up about 50 yards of penalties here just in the last 2 possessions, guys.
And this team just does not have any, just looks like there's just no focus on either side of the ball right now.
Ruining a really nice gain that time by Perry Preston. Net result is -1. Only saving grace is you do get a replay of the down.
Yep. So holding call will be a -1 on that one. So 1st down and 11. Not often you see that one. Cougars in a shotgun set. It'll be a handoff to Preston. Preston cuts back, evades a couple of defenders. Will be stopped at around the 33-yard line.
Gain of about 5 that time.
So Preston will make it a 2nd down and about 6. As we go into the 4th quarter, 12 minutes to go. And the Cougars definitely going to need some 4s up. They need a spark or something as this Lamarque Cougar team trails Hempstead by a count of 16-13 after 3 quarters of play. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Brandon Williams, Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr. with us here at Etheridge Stadium. Cougars trailing by a count of 16-13. Start at the 4th quarter. They face a 2nd down and 7 at their own 33-yard line. Lanius will hand the ball off to Preston. Preston got hit, spins around, evades one man, evades another, still spins to around the 37-yard line. So he'll get about 4 on that play. Man down for Hempstead. And he's going to need some help. We're going to go ahead and take the break with them. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So after number 5 for Hempstead, young man took a bit of a stinger able to walk off the field on his own power. Always great news to hear.
We got timeout, so we'll go ahead and take it.
We'll go ahead and take it nonetheless. 11:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Is Lamarque trailing Hempstead by a count of 16-13. Coug Sports Net. We'll be right back. After the timeout, it's Lamarque's first. We're going to have a third down and around 2 at the 37-yard line. Lions will go in the center. They're now smelling that sneak, and he is not going to make it, not make it at all. Hempstead smelled that one out from the word go.
That's it. Come on, Coach. You got, I mean,
number 15.
When you see a play that many times.
Derek Morris, number 15, has called the name a bit tonight.
What's Lamarque going to do here is they are.
And it looks like they might go. I don't see the punting unit.
I don't either, but I think that may be just a little bit on the desperation side right now.
They're bringing out the chain gang.
Oh, I didn't think there was any. I didn't think he made it just barely up to the line of scrimmage. Maybe they just want to see how far he's got to go.
Oh, he is.
Wow. I'll be darned.
Oh,
it's about
a game of inches indeed, people.
Whew.
Now, I tell you, that makes a fourth down call a little bit more comfortable.
I agree, but
yeah, you have to go. You know, you have to go at this point. You need to do something to get this offense sparked up. No, you've got to do something to get this offense going because Hempstead.
But if what you're going to see is Lanius under center again, you know what know what Hempstead's going to do.
Yeah, and that's why they have stacked basically 8-9 in the box. So fourth down and inches coming up for the Cougars. Ball is at the 38-yard line. They need the 39 for a first. And again, it'll be Lanius under center. And, well,
that solved that problem.
Yep. Well, if you're going to be a little jittery and like that, hey, so be it. So Lanius works his magic nonetheless. That's an encroachment and a first down for the Cougars.
All right, now take the momentum, guys. Come on, keep rolling with it. Get the running game going. Offensive line, take command.
Take a stab downfield. Again, the middle
I'll
of the field
I'll take anything different. I'm betting on a handoff here again.
Yeah, you know, the way it's looking, that's what Hempstead's anticipating, and that's what you're going to get. Perry's going to break past a couple of tackles. Flag is down.
Are you kidding me?
If you've got another holding penalty, I mean, again, that's 6 now in a row.
Yeah.
With the exception of the Lanius sneak.
Yeah, you know, it's very easy when you look at it from a defensive standpoint when you know that there's only 2, maybe 3 guys that are going to touch the football.
Yeah. You're running the same play from the same formation. It doesn't take much to figure out what's coming. Now, it's just simply a matter then of can your guys out-execute our guys? And right now, Lamarque's not doing it. And, of course, these penalties are just making it worse.
Yeah, and it's not false start penalties. They're personal fouls. They're holding those double-digit penalties. And those puppies do add up.
Yeah, particularly if you're only getting 2 and 3 yards per play.
So first down and 15 coming up for the Cougars. Ball at the 35-yard line. 4 wide receivers set, so they'll spread it out. They're just to hand the ball up to Preston, and Preston's going to cut back, breaks a couple of tackles, gets to the original line, gets to around the 45-yard line.
Well, it was a little different that time. He came to the near side.
Second down.
So he'll gain about 8 on that play. So second down and around 8. We'll say officially give him 7 on that play. So second down and 8, 10:02 to go, fourth quarter. Again, you see Hempstead stacking 8-9 up front. And it'll be Lanius play action, steps up, throws, has a man downfield. The ball's going to be caught by Joey White. And White with the big play. And a catch and a first down by the Cougars. They will spot the ball at the 20-yard line. So a gain of 35 yards on that play.
Boy, and the only person who could catch it was him.
Lanius,
well thrown.
Very well thrown. It was going to be White or bust on that play because the defenders had no chance at that ball. First and 10 for the Cougars. Nelson and Smith are in slots. Nelson's 34, Smith 22. You've got Banks now on Stewart over to the far side. Heading up to Preston. Preston's going to be stopped immediately. Again, a swarm of green on that play. 9:07 to go. In there with that play, number 2, Cameron Thomas, along again with number 15. That's going to be Derek Morris. So no gain officially on that play. Second down and 10, 8:50 remaining. Ball at the Hempstead 20-yard line. They'll go with 2 receivers to the far side and a timeout. Hempstead's going to take their second. 8:42 to go, fourth quarter. Hempstead leads Lamar by a count of 16-13. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Hempstead uses their second timeout to make it 1 remaining for the Bobcats with 8:42 left in the fourth quarter. Second and 10 for Lamarck at the Hempstead 20-yard line. They'll move Stewart and Smith over to the near side. Saw Donesty up back with Preston in the backfield. You have basically 9 men up front for Hempstead. It'll be Preston trying to turn the corner, cuts back, breaks past a couple of defenders, does, still going, still spinning.
He's in!
To the 5, touchdown!
No flags, no flags.
Individual effort. A tremendous individual effort by Perry Preston puts the Cougars back up top. Harry Preston said, I see your 9-man front, and I'll raise you that you can't touch me.
There you go.
8:31 to go, and the Cougars regain the lead to make it 19-16. They'll look to go for 2 to make it a 5-point game.
I tell you what.
And Jackson's going to use a timeout.
He was a dervish on that play as he made 3 different spin moves to get that ball into the end zone.
Harry Preston had touched that football, and he was determined that no one was going to keep him out of that end zone. We'll take the timeout with Lamar. 8:31 to go. It's the Cougars up 19-16. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Lamar actually will go for the extra point rather than go for 2.
Yeah, there's no real strategic difference in those 2 scores, whether you're up by 4 or up by 5.
White the holder. Rubio is 2 for 2 this evening. And a flag. And it is going to be
delay a game.
Yep.
How do you get a delay a game off of a timeout?
You know, Mike.
I know.
I'm going to go back 7 years ago.
Oh, my gosh.
Out at the ring in Pearland.
Yeah.
And think about a similar moment to where after a big play and an opportunity to seize momentum, you call a timeout on an extra point, and it doesn't work out. High snap, and they're going to run it a fake. It's going to be a throw to White, and that ball is incomplete.
Almost intercepted.
Yes, Yale almost picked it. As White was looking in the direction of Preston, pass fails as the Cougars now lead 19-16, 8:31 remaining. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Cougars march downfield. The run by Perry Preston caps off the drive. 20-yard run by Perry Preston, and it makes it 19-16. Lamarck with 8:31 to go. Yale and Galls are back deep. Galls number 7, Yale number 11, and it's going to be in the direction of Galls and around the 16-yard line. Goes to this 20, 25. Top and around the 30-yard line. Good open field tackle there by number 51 for the Cougs. That's going to be Keegan Long.
And the defense has got to go to work now.
You need to step up. You need a championship level stop by this defense to slow down Hempstead. By all means, you've got to do what you can to slow down Ahmad Banks, who looks like he's starting to hit a bit of a stride here in the second half. You don't want to give an athlete the caliber of Banks too many opportunities. And the Bobcats come out on the field, 1st and 10, their own 32-yard line, 8:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. Yale and Lewis in the backfield with him. High snap, it'll be Banks calling his own number, cuts back. They'll carry the pile for about 2, maybe 3 on that play. So it'll be a 2nd down and 7 as the clock goes inside 8 minutes.
For Hempstead Bobcats.
8:04 and counting. For a huge stop for the Cougs. Again, shotgun. Yale and Banks in the backfield with him. Banks hands the ball off. It's actually going to be Banks calling his own number, and he doesn't get much of anything. He might have got back to the lineup.
He tried to delay that a little bit, and it wasn't a good delay.
Banks learning what a lot of teams have learned the hard way for much of the season. You don't run into the middle of that Lamarque defense.
Yeah, between Ford and Jerry Evans that time, he wasn't getting anywhere quick. And they still gave him a yard on it.
It's going to be a 3rd down and 6 with 7:18 to go. 3 wide receiver set. As Banks will waste the snap. It will be Banks calling his own number, has room, spins, 1st down, Moore still in past midfield. He'll be down to around the 47-yard line. So that will move the chains. It'll stop at the 48-yard line.
It's just what you were talking about. You know, you can't have somebody with that kind of talent in Ahmad Banks. You know, you let him do that too many times, and he's going to burn you eventually.
Yes. So Banks picks up 14 for 14 on that play. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line of Lamarque with 6:36 to go. Banks with the high snap, tries to look for some room. Flag is down as he'll be stopped around the 45. Flags all over the place. And it looks like that will be a hold that will bring this one back. Let's see what the call will be, but all indication, it looks like that is going to go against Hempstead. Let's see what the conversation's about.
Sterling Mack coming in now for
Sutherland, yeah. It's a
Joel
human
Sutherland.
night.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Shot block.
Chop block.
15-yarder. So it's a chop block. It'll make it 1st and 25.
That's probably why number 14 for Lamarque was getting up pretty slow.
Looks like someone was the target. So now, with 6:27 to go, Hempstead faces a 1st and 25 as the ball is spotted at their own 38-yard line. They need the Lamarque 38 for a 1st. High snap. There'll be a bit of some trickeration. Banks drops back, heaves it up, downfield, looking, and that ball is caught. You have got to be kidding me on the athletic ability. Carter with the reception and a 1st down. He somehow caught the ball.
There was 3 Cougars
three
around
Cougars.
him.
Yes.
No words.
Wow.
Well,
a
that's one word.
42-yard gain.
That was just somebody that wanted it more than the other 3 guys around him.
Yep, 42-yard gain will do wonders on a 1st and 25. It'll be a hand, actually. Banks turning the corner, cuts back, shakes one man, gets past the 20 to around. They'll spot him at the 18-yard line, so you'll get 2 on that play.
Norvan Saldana in on the stop.
So 2nd down and 8 to go. 5:59 remaining, and Hempstead trying to respond to Lamarque's score. And they are knocking inside the red zone. 2nd down, they'll call it 8. As Lewis and Yale move positions. And it'll be a handoff to Lewis, and Lewis has the 15, and the pile will carry him around the 12, so he'll be about 2 yards short of the 1st down. So
you know, guys, I hate to say this, but there's a scenario that if you think they're going to score, you might let them score quick.
You might, but if you're Lamarque, you have to think that if you're scoring quick, you better have something to respond with.
Well, I agree with that. See, that's
Lamarque
the whole.
is not scoring quick.
3rd and short, make it 3rd and 2, so it'll be a sweep. And it will be Yale trying to turn a corner.
How did he get out?
Tackles. He spins in, touchdown.
How did he get through there?
Late flag is down. It's probably going to be more of a dead ball. If it stands up, it's Yale's second touchdown of the night.
They're going to call offsetting penalties again?
Yes.
Come on, guys.
The question is, will that touchdown hold up?
I think it was after the score.
I think it is
Yeah.
too. I think it's dead ball. I think you're going to see an ejection again now, though. Oh, maybe not. We'll see here if that's the second.
Conduct, number 65, taunting. That's 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Okay.
That's number 65, first unsportsmanlike conduct. A second will disqualify.
So the touchdown will hold with 5:14 to go. Hempstead scores
62.
to make it 22-19.
What are we doing here now?
Coach is asking for an explanation.
Yeah.
So
So they'll end up kicking the ball 15 yards. 15 yards deep, as you can hear, as the touchdown will count for Yale, his second of the night, to make it 22-19 with the point after coming. With 5 minutes, 14 seconds left, still plenty of time for the Cougars to score, but that margin of error is pretty thin at this point.
I'm still trying to figure out how he got through
Exactly.
5 Cougars over there.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to the catch on the first and 25, and somehow number 12, and that is going to be Daquan Lattimore. It's going to be Adam Banks with the catch. Somehow made it, and they're going to go for 2 here. And it'll be Banks calling his own number, plunges in, scores. They're going to say he crossed it. The ball popped loose.
I don't think so.
He crossed the goal line. It's a question as to whether or not that ball popped loose before he scored, before he got the conversion. And they say it will.
Yep.
It will count. So 5 minutes, 14 seconds to go. It is now Hempstead 24, Lamarque 19. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 5 minutes, 14 seconds left. It is rally time for the Cougars. The penalty does force Hempstead to kick the ball off at their own 25-yard line. So the Cougs will have potential good positions. You've got Preston and Smith lined up at their own 35-yard line. Cougs with little margin for error at this point, as they will set to kick. Banks with the kick, and it's going to bounce in the direction of Preston. And Preston past midfield. Preston past the 40. He stopped around the 39-yard line. So the Cougars are going to have great field position here with 5:06 to go. But as we've seen this evening, great field position is just has not easily translated into scores.
Last 2 weeks, not just this week alone, but last week they had the ball inside the red zone on 4 separate occasions and only came out with 1 score.
So 1st and 10, 39-yard line, 5 minutes, 6 seconds remaining as the Cougars down 24-19. Longius in the backfield with Preston and Saldana. Again, Hempstead stacking that front up. It'll be a handoff to Preston, and Preston's going to cut back. Preston almost got out of there. You could see those legs starting to churn and try to cut it toward the sideline before the old turf monster dragged them down after a gain of 6.
Well, they did get a little bit of a hand on his ankle as he was coming by.
Yeah, but that's the type of thing that we're so used to seeing him run through, though.
That's
and
true.
Tonight it's just not happening.
2nd down and 4:40 and counting here. Yeah, the Cougs will try to run the ball as much as possible to take some of that time off. There'll be a hand up to Saldana, and Saldana cuts back. Saldana's going to churn close, should have the 1st down.
Yeah, he's going to.
We get 5 on that carry. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Move the chains, if you will, sir. It's 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line.
Mark's going to try and pick up the pace here just a little bit.
4:13 and counting. 3 wide receivers. Stewart and Smith. It's Smith in a slide over to the far side. White is over to the near. Cougs with 1 timeout remaining. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining, so that could be critical as we hit down the stretch. Hempstead with the stack, and there'll be a hand up to Preston. Preston almost got loose. There was a hole momentarily before he got stopped.
That's very Preston with the carry.
Pretty good little gain.
Yep.
Third down.
It's positive yardage, and it keeps the clock moving. Tackle made there by Cameron Thomas. Gain of 5 for Preston, makes it 2nd down and 5 with 3:26 remaining. Lonnius in shotgun set. Play clock down to 13. Still in control of this, but your Cougars, you don't want to squander that last time out. Lonnius still trying to get the ball up. Play clock is down to 2, and that's a false start. Oh, my gosh.
So much for the game by Perry Preston.
That got squandered back for a loss of 5. Again, penalties killing Lamarque here.
Not quite sure exactly what they were trying to do with waiting that. I mean, they had the play in plenty of time to be able to make that snap. I don't know whether he was trying to draw him off again using that cadence, but whatever it was, didn't work.
So you go back to 2nd down and 10, 2:56 in counting here in the 4th quarter. Lonnius shotgun, drops back, rolls out, looking. Oh my gosh, he had a man wide open, but the ball is caught by White. He cuts back, spins inside. He had 2 receivers open. He goes to White, and White with the reception. And the catch will put him down to the 8-yard line.
A couple of nice blocks in there that gave Lonnius the time he needed to get that play off. I was a little bit worried about one of them as there was a man engaged high and somebody else came down and take it low, but I guess he was just disengaged just long enough.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line, 2:24 and counting. Cougs in shotgun. Lonnius gets the snap, hands off Preston. Preston spinning, Preston trying to churn. He'll get inside the 5 to around the 4, so Preston will get about 3, maybe 4 on that play.
And Lonnius is already up inside the line. He's getting ready to make this call. He's going to try and do something here kind of quick.
Inside 2 minutes and counting. 2nd down and goal at the 4-yard line. Saw Donna and Preston in the backfield. Lonnius hands the ball off. Preston! Touchdown! Cash in with 1:41 remaining. Harry Preston with the score, and the Cougars now take a 25-24 lead.
Now, do you go for 2 here and get you a 3-point cushion?
Like, nobody's trying to kick field goals.
That's a good point. And it looks like they will go for 2. They will go. We'll see if that can work for them. Lonnius gets the snap, hands off Preston. Preston trying to churn in. Did he get in? That doesn't look like he did. No. Officials are saying, line judge saying no, he's going to be just short. So with 1 minute, 41 seconds left to go in this contest, buckle up. We've got a wild finish here in Etheridge. It is Lamarque 25, Hempstead 24. Cougs Sports Net will be right back. 1 minute, 41 seconds left. Cougs clinging to a 25-24 lead here against Hempstead. Rubio set to kick off. Need this one to straighten down the middle. No opportunities to kick it out bounds, and he hammers this one. Rubio thumped that one out of.
Yeah. Now, I agree with that.
Touchback.
Oh, I definitely agree with that.
Now you got 80 yards to travel.
80 yards and 1 timeout remaining for Hempstead. But still, you've got a dangerous quarterback in Ahmad Banks, who has shown his presence here in the second half.
But I think the defense is going to show up, guys.
You need one last stop. Remember, Hempstead, again, just 1 timeout remaining.
75 yards to go.
75 yards, 1 timeout remaining.
Now they can stop the clock with an incomplete pass.
And the clock will stop with first downs. We're under 2 minutes. So that will work in his favor. Banks with Lewis, number 10, Yale, number 11, in the backfield with them. 3 wide receivers. There'll be a handoff to Yale, and Yale tries to cut back, has room, spins past a couple of tacklers, gets about 8 on that play. Clock continuing to run at 1:31 to go.
And we've got
an injured player.
Yeah, that's Marlon Ford, and he is slow to get up. Coug Sports Net will be right back. All right. So, took a little while to get Marlon Ford up, but he's able to walk off the field on his own power as we get back to action. Banks trying to turn the corner. Cuts back past one defender. Is going to be stopped. Should have enough for a first down. Looks like he does.
Yeah, by about 1.5 yards, 2 yards that time.
So it will stop the clock with 1:15 to go.
The defense better get
Going
ready.
Quick. Yep, they're going real quick.
1st and 10, they'll pump fake. Looks up top, going long downfield. That ball is almost intercepted.
That was perfect defensive positioning.
Yep.
Almost picked off by number 23, and that is going to be Eddie Elam.
And again, the clock stops.
Yep. 7 seconds off the clock with that incomplete pass.
1:02 remaining. 3 wide set. Banks will hand the ball off, and that's not going to get much of anything as he
Keep
doesn't
him
even
in bounds.
line of
Wrap
scrimmage.
up.
Yes. And Hempstead may have to consider using that last time out. Clock ticking down, 47 seconds and counting. Thought they could try to catch the Cougars off guard on that one. Did not work. 40 seconds left. 4 wide set. Banks drops back. Looking, evades the rush. Breaks past one defender. Breaks past another. Tried to get to the first down. Couldn't. He's about 1.5 yards short. They'll use their last timeout with 28 seconds left. They'll go ahead and take the timeout with them. It is Lamarck 25, Hempstead 24. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So, it comes down to a 4th and short. Hempstead is probably going to need to get that 1 yard to have any kind of hope, and it'll be a first down by Banks. He just got it.
Just barely.
He just got that first down. They needed that in order to have some hope. You'll figure that they will spike the ball down. 19 seconds and counting. 17, 16. He's going to need to spike it. He doesn't. Banks just drops back. He's just going to heat this thing up. And that ball's going to be intercepted. And the Cougs are going to get out of here with the win. Kayla Simeon with the catch and the interception. And the Cougs. Whoo!
That was almost as exciting as the 5th game of the World Series in Houston, huh?
Almost.
Almost.
Whoa.
Not as well played, but all right, now all we got's a kneel down.
1-0 down, and that will do it. This was not a thing of beauty for the Lamarck Cougars by any stretch of the imagination.
But when you look at the W in the column,
that's
right.
all that matters. Cougs are going to go to 5-4 overall, 3-1 in district. And that 3-1 is going to be huge because you had the Hitchcock next week to take on a potential buzzsaw in a red-hot Bulldogs team. And if you're Hempstead, you're hoping against hope that something will work for you because you fall now to 1-3 in district, 2-6 overall. 1-0 down from Miles Launius, and that will do it.
there you go.
Perry Preston seemed to just put this team on his shoulders.
Yeah,
Boy,
there's no
did.
question who the offensive player of the
There
game
is
is
very
gonna be.
little question about that. Defensively, handful of guys, but I got to give it to the guy who broke this one and ended it. It's got to be Kayla Simeon.
I agree.
So Lamarck holds on to a 25-24 win over Hempstead. Guys, final thoughts.
Not a pretty game.
No.
Not a pretty game. Not a pretty win. It doesn't say how, it just says how many up there on the scoreboard, and that's all I'm really worried about. But it was not a pretty game. If Lamarck wants to get in and have an extended run in the playoffs, they're going to have to get a lot more consistent, play the way they did in the first drive, both the first and second half, and not be quite as erratic and not have quite so many penalties.
2 things I got to say. When you have turnovers and they give you a short field, you got to score. Second thing, You give up all of those penalty yards, it makes it very difficult for you to be able to get that offense like you were talking about. So take advantage of the turnovers and get rid of all the penalties. You'll have you a heck of a lot better ball game.
A showdown looms up the road in Hitchcock a week from Friday night. And before we go, I definitely wanted to mention this, but I want to say thoughts and prayers to Coug Sports Net, to the family of James Thomas, Big Game James. His father passed away earlier this week, and he bravely fought disease. And just want to say, James, we definitely are thinking of you. We definitely appreciate you. Just know that, Coug Sports Nation is hugging you right now, my friend.
All right. Well said, Brandon.
Final score here at Etheridge Stadium, the home finale, and the Cougs hold on to a 25-24 win. We'll see you in Hitchcock next week. Not pretty, but still enough to say Cougars take state.